Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am the one and only David of Davids. This is my flawless wireless mic connected to a lighter setup, and today we're going to be trying to answer a very simple and yet vitally important question about our society.
We live in a society.
Why do people love getting mad online? Since the internet's inception, when it was a collection of chat rooms that took 45 minutes to load and had a grand total of 7 active users, people have loved to argue. We argue about politics, religion, television, movies, sports, culture, technology, video games, books, hobbies, and even the concept of arguing itself. Our propensity to argue is so extreme that the term rage bait was coined to describe content that is only created for the purpose of getting people mad. So, why do we love arguing online so much? And is it good for us? Spoiler alert, it's not good for us. It's really bad. After just a few hours of reading Twitter threads or scrolling through subreddits, you would probably go outside and expect to see a world on fire. People fighting tooth and nail over who enjoys what brand of peanut butter. But when you go outside into real life, you'll notice nothing. No fights, no arguments, no brawls at the Bed Bath & Beyond, no duels in the Denny's. Rather, you'll find that the world is a very boring, normal, quiet place. Just a bunch of people living their lives. So what's up with that? Well, for one, it's the anonymity of the internet. Online, you don't see the face or hear the voice of the person you're arguing with. All you see is an avatar and some text. And if you're on one of those websites that supports GIFs, you'll probably see a minion laughing at you. But this anonymity has an isolating effect. When you can't see the face or hear the voice of the person you're talking with, it makes them feel less real to you.
A lot of human emotion and intention is communicated through our facial expressions and the tone of our voices. When you lose those two elements, it's a lot easier to misinterpret what someone is saying or to believe they're being more harsh or extreme in their comments than they really are.
You don't feel like you're arguing with a human being. Instead, you feel like you're arguing with XXX underscore the Rat King 77345 underscore XXX. This dehumanization of the other person makes it easier for you to express more extreme ideas and vitriolic responses, and it also lowers the amount of empathy you feel for the person on the other side of the screen. In real life, if you get in a heated argument with somebody, there's a good chance that one of the two of you is going to leave the room, go do something else, cool down, and come back later when you're feeling more calm and relaxed. The fact that online arguments are saved and recorded means that someone can send you something and you can respond to them 9 hours later after you finish a full shift at work. And then they can respond to that the next morning at 6 a.m. before they go to their next shift. And then you can respond to that 2 days later because you didn't feel like responding, but then you remembered that you really had to prove them wrong, so you decided to respond anyway. It's rare for an argument in real life to go on long enough or become heated enough to devolve into a shouting match where people are trading insults. But online, that happens in arguments almost as often as being rickrolled. Sorry, I had to do that one. As anyone who's ever participated in an online argument can tell you, you feel a certain rush of emotions. Hold on. There we go. Problem solved. You feel a certain rush of emotions when you argue with someone else over the internet. But what kind of emotions exactly do you experience? 60% of people report feeling a racing heart and a rush of adrenaline when they get into an argument online. And 50% of respondents claim that they became somewhat emotionally involved in their argument. Only 4.6% of respondents claim to have been not at all involved emotionally in their argument. That's right. Arguing online can cause you to feel physical sensations similar to what you might experience when you get into a physical altercation in real life.
If you die in the game, you die for real.
For some people, this feeling can become addictive. The problem is, when you experience stress, your body releases a hormone called cortisol, and releasing that hormone over and over again is not good for you physically. Arguing online can trigger this release of cortisol, which can cause long-term negative physical effects if it's done repeatedly over a long period of time. Some people compare arguing online to the process of venting, where you let out your negative emotions, usually by ranting angrily to a partner, friend, or other trusted person. However, venting isn't good for us either. In fact, studies show that venting can make you angrier and more aggressive, and there is no evidence to support the idea that venting actually reduces the amount of anger you feel. Rather, it is more likely to increase it. I'll go out on a limb here and say that arguing with people online works the same way. You feel angrier after you finish the argument, and that makes you feel the need to go argue with someone else, who makes you feel angrier, so you go argue with someone else. Can you see where I'm going with this? The other problem is, you're more likely to experience rage bait when you argue online. People trying to make you angry by posting any opinion that they think will bother you. Oh, and also, the more time you spend online, the higher your chance of being rick. So, arguing online, it's bad for your mental health. It's bad for your physical health. And it...
Stop right there.
Oh no.
Although I might agree that arguing online is bad for your mental health, there are far too many ignorant fools in this world.
Well, yes. But...
For instance, just the other day, some uninformed plebeian tried to tell me that Reddit karma isn't a valuable currency in this world.
Okay, well, actually, I think they were right on that one.
And if I don't educate them, who will? Edit. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger.
Funny you should ask. Sad, dark timeline version of me. According to a study of online debates, researchers found that half of respondents say that they became more confident in their own opinions after a debate. Only 6% of people said that they changed their minds regularly after having an online argument, and 1 in 4 people said that they never changed their minds after an online debate.
6%, huh? Well, that's less than ideal.
So, I guess, if you're on a crusade to convince the 6% of people out there who regularly change their minds after online debates that they're wrong and you're right, then go crazy. Otherwise, I'd say you're not going to get very far. In fact, you'd probably have more luck just Okay, now that we've survived that, let's talk about the good news. According to a 2017 survey of US-based respondents, 55% said that they have never been in an argument online. A quarter say that it's rare for them to argue online, while 1 in 5, roughly 20%, say that they argue online at least sometimes. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking, I have no idea what this guy is talking about, I never get into arguments online, good. You're normal. You're part of the majority. And if you're part of that 1 in 5 who get into arguments online at least sometimes, then to you I would say, put down your phone, put it down, drop it, seriously, stop arguing so much. It's bad for your health, it's a cyclical and addictive process, and it doesn't change anyone's minds. You have become the old man yelling at cloud meme from The Simpsons. Don't be the old man yelling at cloud meme from The Simpsons.
You've got to do better.
All of this is not to suggest that there are no real problems in the world, or that there aren't people out there with bad opinions. For instance, anyone who has an opinion different to yours, they have bad opinions, clearly. But I am heavily suggesting that arguing with someone in the comments section of a TikTok video where someone cuts through kinetic sand is not likely to solve the great problems that the world faces. Also, ask yourself, just as a self-reflection exercise, What if I'm the one with the bad opinion? I know what you're thinking. Obviously, he's talking about other people, not me. All my opinions are correct and perfect. Yes, I know, and you know, we both know that your opinions are right. But what if they weren't? Something to think about. If I could offer a final piece of advice, I would encourage you to go out into the real world around you and interact with your community. Join a club, take a class, find a group, do something that gets you out into the real world. It's good for you. You'll enjoy it. Trust me. If you do it, I promise you, hey, I see you opening that Instagram comment section. Drop it. Drop it. Good job. That's it for me for now. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'm the one and only David of David's, signing off.